Most people spend their whole lives trapped living in a totalitarian system. It's called having a job. They call it a 9 to 5, but it's never 9 to 5. No one's taking a real lunch break. You skip it to keep the boss happy. Overtime? Oh yeah, good luck ever seeing that in your paycheck. And if you complain, forget it. There's always another sucker waiting to take your place. We've been conditioned to not think anymore. We've been conditioned to do exactly what we're told. Just think about it for a minute. When you have a job, they own you. They tell you what you wear, when you can go to the bathroom, and what work you do. The very idea of a wage contract is selling yourself into servitude. It's insane. These are private governments, and they control everything you do. You are subordinate to a private dictatorship, and honestly, they are more authoritarian than normal governments. Have you ever felt it? That feeling of being trapped? Trapped in a system that promises security, but delivers soul-crushing mediocrity? You wake up, you go to work. You trade your time and your existence for rules they've decided for you. How you behave, how you speak, what you wear, when you show up, what you do. Picture this. You give up 40 years of your life for some vague promise of retirement in exchange for your most vibrant decades. And then what? You're left with maybe 7 years of freedom at the end of your life? That's not a deal. That's a death sentence. Or maybe you're stuck grinding it out at a job that's bleeding you dry. You feel it. Your energy, your hope, your curiosity, it's all fading away. And you sit there thinking, why is the system so stacked against me? It just doesn't add up. And deep down, you know it doesn't. Les Brown said it best. The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled. Remember, your potential is not a cubicle. Your destiny is not a paycheck that barely covers your dreams. The thought of giving away your freedom for a cubicle? That should terrify you. So, ask yourself, what's the one thing about your life right now that you can't accept? If you were 17 and calculated your worth based on a summer job earning $10 an hour, it would take you 50 years to become a millionaire. 50 years. Meanwhile, every Friday, you're just counting down the minutes until the weekend so you can get drunk to escape and forget the monotonous grind. Wouldn't you rather watch paint dry than be a corporate slave for that sort of timeline? So, here's the question. Are you ready to stop playing a game that's rigged against you? Are you ready to live differently, to break away from the 9 to 5 grind? Where you aren't trading hours for dollars, but instead using your skills, your ideas, your passion to create something. Like Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Do you think the people who escape the 9 to 5 are smarter than you? Luckier? Born into privilege? Have some sort of secret advantage? No, they just decided to play a different game. So, what do you choose? A secure $100,000 a year job and lose your mind? Or the terrifying, exhilarating, unknown path of entrepreneurship? Most people are going to choose comfort, but comfort is the enemy of greatness. Helen Keller wisely stated, security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. The greatest freedoms that a person can have is being autonomous, having something that's yours, your business, your art, your product. But let's be real. Breaking free isn't easy. There's fear, there's doubt, and there's people who will say you are crazy, that you should settle down and get a real job. What they fail to mention is the diminishing return on your own existence by holding down jobs you don't want, that people simply empty out. The color leaves their eyes and their voices go flat. Can you believe that people will give their lives over to those conditions? Well, that's what happens when you trade your freedom for a paycheck. You know that deep down, the conventional path isn't yours. So, are you ready to face the fear of the unknown for a crack at true freedom? Here's your roadmap to freedom. Reject the 9 to 5 script. Build digital assets. Leverage platforms like YouTube, Shopify, Amazon. Double down on what you're great at and what you're obsessed with. Build systems that work for you while you sleep. Create multiple income streams. These unconventional paths will provide you with something that's not available from regular life. They will bring you self-esteem and a feeling of not being a lowlife. You will think, wow, maybe I'm not a loser like I kind of thought I was. Maybe I'm not a complete outcast. You're someone who refuses to settle. So, grind away and watch your efforts directly translate into results. Fail, learn, adapt, grow. Embrace constant learning and make it your greatest weapon. So, let me ask you again, what's stopping you from betting on yourself? Look, most people never find that thing, the thing that sets them free. They never take the shot and catch a ride on that river out. But not you! 5 years of hustle can give you 65 years of freedom. Remember, the fear of failure is nothing compared to the regret of never trying. You are not crazy. You are not alone. You are the future. I believe in you. Your 9 to 5 is optional. Your potential is unlimited. The world is changing, and the opportunities for autonomy, creativity, and success are limitless. So, dream big, act boldly, and never settle for a life that doesn't fulfill you or set your soul on fire. What legacy do you want to leave behind? A life lived by someone else's rules or your own?